Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You might be wondering, as today is the introductory session for economics, but before proceeding further, I'd like to introduce a highly empowered and swashbuckling woman who has excelled in diverse fields. Ma'am is an educationist, she's an economist, academician, scholar, professor, mentor, social activist, and a strategic advisor as well. And she is a pan-India UPSC faculty having 9+ years of experience teaching across Delhi and across various platforms and serving around 16+ lakh aspirants in reaching their goal of UPSC examination. Apart from this, she serves as an assistant professor at Hindustan University. She is also director and co-founder of international company Jolbe E-Commerce Private Limited and Jolbe Food Private Limited. She is an entrepreneur as well. She has been the epitome of dignity in inspiring students. She received various international and national awards. There are a lot of accolades and credits, baggages which attach it to her name. She is a national level award winner for teaching excellence in civil services coaching in 2019. She has also been recognized as International Sensation of the Year 2021. She received the Youth Icon of Asia Award in 2022. She is also iconic Woman of the Year 2020 and has been selected as the most young dynamic personality of the year in India 2021. She has been recognized from All India Women's Achievers Award as the Woman of the Future 2022. In addition to this, she also received hundreds of inspirational awards like Young Inspiring Professor of the Year 2022 and an Active Economist Feminist of the Year and Eminent Educational Leader Award as well. So adding to our surprise, she is also a true example of an all-rounder. Apart from academic excellence, she is into the field of modeling as well, breaking all the stereotypes in the society. And she became Miss India International in 2019. So there has been a lot of contribution in the field of education as well as to our academics as well. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Dr. Nisha Nujabuddin ma'am onto the dais and take over the proceedings.
Thank you so much, Anil sir, for a wonderful introduction. I never thought that you're going to say all these things to my students. Anyways, it's a great pleasure to be here all the way from Delhi to Hyderabad at KPI's Academy. It's indeed a great pleasure to me. So thank you so much for having me here. Sit straight, all of you. Yes, I said sit straight. So I don't call my students, you know that, across India. What are you aspiring for? UPSC? IAS, IPS, IR what? A lot of things. Anything is fine, madam. What does it matter? Just into service. So now, the moment you decide to be a UPSC officer, aspirant, you're already what? An officer within yourself. So, across India, I have a policy of addressing my students as my young officers. So, hereafter you will be my young officers. Yes? Yes, my young officers. That's a very warm good morning to all of you. Yeah. So now, cameras down. Yeah. You can record. You want to record? After the class, we'll have a beautiful picture. What's your name? Niranjan. Niranjan, don't worry. We'll have a beautiful picture to post in Insta. Then, to keep it for yourself. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, I'm giving you permission. Go ahead. So now let me quickly tell you, before starting the introductory class of economics, let me quickly tell you few things which I want to tell you regarding my class structure. So now, taking into consideration the UPSC CSE aspirants, motive with regard to clearing your examination, what is more important is a proper approach or a strategy. So now, in today's session, it will be a pure introductory session. Doesn't mean that I am going to teach you NCERT economics, no. And I am not here to teach you any basic concepts. Rather, I am here to tell you what to study, how to study and why to study economics. Is it clear? What is it? What? You know the syllabus is there. Quickly I'll tell you, out of that syllabus, what is more important to focus as far as your UPSC prelims and mains examination is concerned. And then, how will you study that? That is the most important thing. Am I right? It's not about, what you study too much. It's about how you study, what is there with you, and why you study. What is the purpose behind you studying all these things? And we all know that economics is a very, very dynamic subject, right? And people say economics is technical and tough. But let me correct you, I am from economics background. It's not because I've done my PhD in economics, I'm telling you, I have been in UPSC background for a very long time. Economics is technical, but not tough. But not tough. It will be in your fingertips. If you know the right approach of studying this concept or studying this discipline or subject holistically. What you would have seen in many textbooks, in many videos, wow, amazing. A lot of people have contributed in various ways with regard to economics. But then, what makes you unique? What makes you different in order to ace your preparation? Ace matlab kya hai? To crack your preparation. You understand? That is more important. So now, as far as my sessions are concerned, I want everybody to write notes. Rule number 1. There should not be even a single student in my class without taking down notes. Not only lecture notes, I will dictate. Forget about what is there in PPT. Those are my PPTs. Those are my notes. But apart from that, I will give you notes in a structured way. And now when I give you notes in a structured way, from the heading to the subheading to how you should write it down with columns, commas, charts, whatever, it should be the same for everybody. Is it clear? Why? Because the textbooks or these PPT handouts, they are a very good resource. But your handwritten notes of each of you, it is a treasure. It is a treasure because that enables you to study the way you want even after the completion of economics class also. Let's say you are revising in the month of March or April or even for the mains you are revising. So what happens? You still will be able to understand things in the most simplified manner. Why? Because apart from concepts or the static portion of economy, what UPSC requires now is something else. They require more of analytical plus current affairs perspective of all what you study. So accordingly, concept, application of the concept, that is analytical perspective plus current affairs. What current affairs? Trending current affairs. So now the way I teach economics or the approach, can I change to yellow? Is there a provision there? Over here? I didn't see it. Acha, bring it over here. Make it red, make it red. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I got it, I got it. Hold on. And you have the, you can, acha. You don't have the other thing to move it? To move the slide? You have the pointer? Where? Acha, over here. Ah, done. Perfect. No, because every digital board is different. That's why. Anyways, so where did I stop? Where did I stop, my young officers? Wow, that's amazing. You have so much of sharp concentration. Clap for yourself. You can clap. Clapping is a beautiful therapy. You know why? The ones who don't clap are fools, I will say. Yes, of course. Why children's clap? Why you make the children's clap always? Your fingertips or the finger points over here, it has so much of power within you. It will actually enable a quick blood flow or circulation into your body, which will enhance or improve your concentration power. You want that? Clap. There we go. Wonderful. I liked it. What a great attitude you have, children. Wonderful. Such a great attitude. And are you all comfortable in English completely? All of you? Yes? I do not know Telugu, pa. What to do? I know few little Telugu words like Cheppu, Rara, of Chandramukhi, Rara, and Jay Balaya. That man is there, na? Balakrishna. Because I watched the movie, I know it. I do a lot of students from Andhra and Telangana, so they teach me all this. So Tinara, Bagunnara, all these things. I mean, thoda moda I know. Anyways, back to class. So now, having said that, when you start studying economics, three things are important. In the context that in exclusively all throughout our economy session, we'll be focusing on the 3C approach. What is it? Can you all see what is written? Is it visible? No? No worries. Is it visible now? Wonderful. What is it called as? 3C approach. So this 3C approach is an exclusive approach introduced by me in order to make sure that the economy preparations are simplified as easy as possible. So now in the 3C approach, the very first C stands for conceptual clarity or conceptual understanding. What is the first C? Conceptual clarity or understanding. You must understand the concept in a clear-cut manner. Now, the second C stands for comprehensive understanding of the concept. Now, you understood the concept. What is the connection of this concept to the comprehensive part of your syllabus? Let's say, for example, you study about primary sector in your NCERT, right? Or you study about inflation. You know what is the concept. Now, why you should study that? Because in your comprehensive part of the syllabus, you have for the prelims and mains with regard to what? The topic agriculture or let's say inflation. So that is called as a second perspective, connecting to the comprehensive part of the UPSC syllabus. And the third C stands for current affairs. That too, trending current affairs. What is it? Trending current affairs. So concept plus comprehensive part plus trending current affairs. Why I said trending current affairs is because people tend to study current affairs continuously. Let's say, for example, you are appearing for 2024 prelims examination. How many? No one. Chodo. 2025? All of you. Now, for 2025 examination, what is required is 2024 current affairs, not from the month of Jan. It should be from the month of June 2024 to April 2025. May will be your examination, right? So this period is enough for you to excel in your current affairs. But Jan, Feb, March, April of 2024, you need not study the current affairs completely. Rather, top 100 exclusive MCQs for the month of Jan or February with a proper explanation, a quick 360-degree coverage of those months. That will do. Why? Because it will save your time in preparation and you will be focused to the point. And now in economics, why trending current affairs is because you should stick on to what is required, not what is not required. People say that UPSC is so difficult. You learn. No, aisa nahi, it's not like that. It's about confining yourself to what is required. Be selective in your approach. Why? Because if you see the previous year question paper of prelims, 2023 question paper, UPSC has forgotten about elimination of options. Rather, it is elimination of candidates. Elimination of candidates. They do not want you to enter the first stage also like before. Cut you at the first stage itself. Why? Because it is so such that now preliminary examination has become little difficult compared to mains examination. Why? Because UPSC is kind of cutting the aspirants at stage 1 itself. This makes us understand the reality or the fact that UPSC does not require the best candidate. How many of you want to be the best? Yes, even I wanted to be the best once upon a time. But abito or now, I do not want to be. Why? Because the world is like that. And now, connecting it to UPSC. If you see, UPSC do not want the best people. Rather, UPSC wants a category of people called as survival of the fittest. What is it? Survival of the fittest. That is the reason UPSC preliminary examination has become an elimination altogether. Not of options, but of candidates. So now, you got to be a warrior. You got to fight the battle of UPSC and make sure that you are winning it. That requires not hard work and not smart work. That is before hard work plus smart work is equal to success. H plus S is equal to, success. Bullshit. No. Today it is something else. Hard work plus smart work plus the unending willpower that you have, that you create with yourself. following again the exclusive 3D approach, which I again developed. You have so many 5D, 6D in YouTube, forget about it. The 3D approach, determination. What is it? Determination. The moment you are determined to study something, you go for it. That is why you are in this institute, am I right? Second is dedication. That is why you are dedicating your heart and soul and time and sitting here. Yes? And now the third one is discipline. Discipline is not wearing good clothes and coming. It's about routine way. How beautifully you follow your passion every single day. You may fall sick, you may have some other commitment. 1 week, oh my God, I am going to study economics or current affairs or polity or geography very strictly. After 1 week, hey, it's okay. 1 day rest. I'm studying too much, man. I need rest. Okay, rest is important. But even in that perspective also, at least half an hour or forget about 1 hour, at least half an hour. If you are able to revise what you studied just like a glance, what is it called as? A continuous, rigorous discipline of what you are doing. So that means deep down your subconscious or your soul, you still is intact with what the preparation is all about. Is it clear, my young officers? That's called as the 3D. Not only for preparation, in your personal life also this is applicable. Determination, dedication and discipline. The next important strategy or the approach is 3R approach. What is it? Read, revise, repeat. You studied everything today. Tomorrow, maybe I will go through. Day after, it's okay, I learned it. Why would I revise again? Now, read, revise, repeat is an unending strategy. Why? Because what you studied today for 1 hour, tomorrow morning it is only half an hour for you to revise. The next day morning it is only 13 minutes for you to revise. On the 4th and 5th day it is only 7 minutes and then it becomes to 3 minutes. Why? Because the more and more you see those things, the time gets reduced, which means you're automatically becoming an expert. Is it clear? All these strategies have to be followed by you when you are studying my subject exclusively. I am selfish for my subject. Yes, I am. Why? Because I am like that. Simple. So now, having said that, is it very clear the 3C approach? Now, the next important thing which you should keep in mind with regard to economics and economics related current affairs is in your PCM batch, prelims cum mains batch, which I'll be handling for you, it will not be only static portion. How does it go is, following the 3C approach of mine, I will also do the method of interlinkaging. The 3C approach becomes more fruitful or beneficial by interlinkaging what? The related concepts. For example, take an, you are studying about the 5-year plans. All of you know about that, right? First 5 year, second 5 year, third, fourth, etc. Let's take the case of 4th 5-year plan. Now, you will come across some words called as introduction of NABARD in the 4th 5-year plan. Now, that NABARD is a topic that comes where in money and banking. So, what we think, chalo, we'll know what is NABARD and we'll study in detail in money and banking. That is what we do. But to break the so-called traditional stereotypic way of learning, I will suggest you to learn the concept then and there. Learn the concept then and there. So now, along with that particular 4th 5-year plan, when you come across certain things, come inside. Yes. What happens? You look here. Let him come. Please sit. Take a seat, please. So now, what happens? Automatically, quickly, what is NABARD? What is the importance of that? It is not about studying 20 points. It is about studying 5 solid killer points. What is it? 5 solid killer points, which will enable you to understand the remaining 15 points of that concept. That is called as method of interlinkaging. So now you can't study only inflation chapter alone. You can't study only money and banking alone. When you study inflation, when you study money and banking, all the concepts are interrelated. So what happens? I told you 3R, read, revise, repeat. So the interlinkaging keeps on going like that. So you will not feel bored of what you study. Is it clear? And you will not feel so hectic with regard to your preparation. Be it MCQs, be it mains answer writing, and also for interview. In my class, I also teach the candidates how to talk, how to present yourself with regard to interview preparation. How to talk, what to talk. Is it clear? Your choosage of words or vocabulary. See, we are not pundits in English, but we can learn. Am I right? See, when I start teaching you certain things, I will tell you even the simplest meaning of that. You write in bracket, but for the examination, you should use what? The UPSC keyword. The UPSC keyword. For example, primary sector consists of what? Agriculture. We all know that. And related activities, which means fishing, forestry, mining, quarrying, etc. Which means it is connected to what? Agriculture, or let's say that kind of activity. Why? Because it comes in the rural part of the economy. But in UPSC, we don't use the word related. We use the word called as allied. What is it? So now, when you write your notes, I will teach you the same way, nothing to worry. So primary sector consists of agri plus allied activity, which means related activities. For you to know it is related in your notebooks. But when you study or say it is allied. So this is the UPSC way of keeping you intact. This applies for all the concepts or all the topics, whatever you will be studying. Is it clear, my young officers? This is what we will do in the classes. Yes? All good? That's it. Economics is simple, man. Who told you it is difficult? Is it difficult? And how would you study economics? Only the static portion array, what is GDP, what is national income, what is my inflation, what is money banking? No. Rather, 3C approach. Concept plus comprehensive plus trending current affairs. When somebody asks you, Chalo, you know about primary sector. What is the contribution of primary sector to GDP? Current data. What is the application of it? Why it is like that? At a stretch from scratch to advanced level, you should be able to answer. You don't worry. From day one, I'll start training you with certain important concepts. So when that comes, when that particular chapter like money and banking comes, it will be in your fingertips. Is it clear? So we'll follow that, don't worry. I will give you handouts for sure, but I will think whether to give you handouts. If you don't write, I won't. I'm very, very particular about writing also. Get 2 different color pens. Your black, your blue, your red, water. Because I say, underline, highlight, your hand should work like magic. It will pain, it will pain. Every pain is worth the effort. Don't think that I'll copy from this boy, I'll copy from this girl. If you dare share your notes to anybody, you are a big fool, I will say. Your hard work, your energy, you're coming, sitting, doing it. Why can't they do that? What is pricking them to do that? You're a UPSC aspirant, right? Be selfish for your growth. Be selfish for your growth. And help your colleague to be more selfish to his or her growth also. Sharing is caring, but not for everything. That is a principal strategy of a UPSC aspirant. When I was a bureaucrat, I was in my Indian Economic Service and then I didn't continue. You will learn a lot of qualities as such. If you really want to be in Labasna, if you really want to be a so-called bureaucrat, normal bureaucrat, you can. But if you want to be an eminent bureaucrat, what bureaucrat? Eminent. The so-called top 5. Come on. That doesn't come with your knowledge alone. The way you behave, the way you have a beautiful approach. You understand? That's very important. Otherwise, you can become the 11th one out of 10th. Who cares? But when you walk into a room, people should stand up for you with a lot of appreciations, with a lot of inspirations. That doesn't come in a single day. It comes through a great, great effort. Is it clear? So start practicing from today itself, my young officers, because you're worth the effort. I feel it. You all are worth the effort. Am I audible via the mic properly? Because I cannot keep it like how the gents keep. It will look very awkward if I keep it on my head. Okay, I hope it is okay. Probably I will try. Yeah, it should work out. Yes? Now third is okay? Yes, at the back. What's your name, beta? What's your name? Anand. You? Reni. Reni. Oh, nice. That's a very close name to my heart. But I won't say what is it. Find out. Okay. This is kidding. So now, my young officers, start taking down your notes. Take a fresh page. Don't mix my class notes with any other subject notes. Exclusively, there should be a separate book for economics. There is a reason for it. Okay. If you want to write in papers also, go ahead. Because current affairs keeps on updating. See, I can tell you a current affairs today for one topic. But after 1 month or so, the same topic will have another current affairs. So to add up, you need to leave some space accordingly. Take care. So that is the way you will update yourself as a whole. Take care. So take your notebooks and please make sure that you have a separate notebook for my subject. If you do not have it now, it is okay. Get back to your homes and make sure you rewrite or whatever you do. That's your choice. Yes? Good. To see the smiling face. Yes, my girl? Happy? What's your name? Salma. Oh, mashallah, nice. I'm also Muslim. Doesn't matter, man. What is there? East, west, north, south, what religion? Does it matter? Kuch nahi, we're all human beings. Come on. I'm from Kerala. A typical traditional Malayali. No, I'm born and brought up in Kerala. Then after that, I had to leave to different states of the country. It's like that. But I'm not settled in Kerala. That's my native. You all didn't know that. Oh, they told I'm from Kerala. Nice. Huh? Then how did you understand? Huh? Yes? Google search. Oh, you were Googling my name. It comes. Nisha, it comes. Yeah, I know. Good. Google tells I am from Kerala. Good. Thank you, Google, for telling that. What's your name? The one who came late. Sit. Relax. Sit and talk. Amit. Good. So tell me honestly, how many of you have a background of UPSC preparation here? Oh, you're complete freshers. You do not even know anything about economy? Good. Somewhat you have knowledge, no problem. What about the others? How many of you don't like economics? Be honest. It's okay. Raise your hands. I will raise both my hands. You don't worry. No, you can raise. You can. No problem. You'll start loving economics. I can bet you for that. So now, you have a Wi-Fi over here connected. What is the Wi-Fi? Act 5G. What is the password? Come here. She's searching for the password. Just connect the Wi-Fi to my lap now, please. He'll do it. Come and connect here. What is there? People are thinking, what is ma'am going to tell us to write? We are eagerly waiting with our pens to write, madam. Good. You want to ask me something till he connects that password? Quick, I'll give you 30 seconds. Your time starts now. Quick. Be spontaneous, my young officers. Hannah, children. You want to ask something? Thank you so much. So sweet of you. Bolo, what do you want to ask? Nothing. Yes, please. Go ahead. All these things I'll teach you. This and all I'll teach you. Along with MCQs, I'll give you questions, I'll give you approaches. The difference between GS is like, it's not economics, it is economy. You study about Indian economy. If your optional means, it is really economics. You have micro, you have macro, you have developmental, you have international economics also. But see, if you really, it is difficult, that I agree to it, because you have to have a PG in that, because the questions are of that standard. But if you're really smart in it, if you know how to crack certain areas, very, very easy. I can bet you in that. Why? Because economy optional is the highest scoring optional. Why? Because there are no thousands and 2,000 candidates registered for that. The competition is very less. Whenever the competition is less, the success rate is high as far as UPSC optional is concerned. I'll tell you strategy for optionals also. Not now, after this class. I'll be here for some days. And then I do not know. As long as I'm here, I will. Yes? Would you mind sitting for longer hours? I'll give you breaks. I'll make you do exercises, clapping therapies, I'll make you, give you breaks, chai breaks. I'll give you. Will you mind sitting? Because I can't take only a class for 2 hours or 2.5 hours. Not today, upcoming. Because we have to finish, right? So, would you mind sitting? You're okay to sit for my class? Are so sweet of you. Come on, I love my children like anything. Seriously, I love you all for the way you said that. When somebody tells you I love you, what do you reply back? We love you too. You know what is love? It is maternal. It is unconditional. When it comes from your mother, from your guru, from your pita, from your father, and the people whom you like. Not only the other wala thing, you understood? You and your other wala things. Now, here we go. Please start writing. You give it as Introduction to Economics and give the heading as, subheading as Approach. And you should be a little faster in writing. Okay? Yeah. So now, with regard to the approach, what is the approach? The best approach for studying or preparing economics is, the strategy is following the 3C approach. You can write. The approach to be followed, hyphen, 3C approach. What is it? 3C approach. What happened? No, I did everything, erasing. Acha, I should not have done everything, huh? Okay. But normally everything, ayyo. It's okay. What I should do? My PPT is gone, I know na. Like this I should do. What is this? Oh, that's so nice. No, how is it? Like this. No. The pen. Hold on. You write the 3C approach. The first C stands for concept. The first C. Under 3C you write like this. Sorry. And put a hyphen and write as a chart. First C, conceptual understanding. Concept, that is conceptual understanding. The second C, connecting it with the comprehensive part of the syllabus. You wrote 3C approach, put an arrow mark and you write the first C, conceptual understanding. Second C, connecting it with the comprehensive part of the syllabus. Current affairs. Underline trending current affairs, put an arrow mark down. Is it working? Put the pen. Underline trending current affairs, put arrow mark down and write. Bracket. 1 year current affairs. 1 year related current affairs you write. 1 year related current affairs. Yes? Before your examination, that is enough. Some problem. No problem. Now, the next one, the next point. See, you write it down point wise. It will make your book look very neat. Take care. The method of 3C approach. The method of 3C approach. Should be connected. The method of 3C approach should be connected through, underline, through the method of interengaging. The method of 3C approach should be connected through the method of interengaging. Bracket. Open a bracket and write. Of related concepts. Of related concepts. Close the bracket. Yes? So now we are going to start with what is economy is all about. So what is economy? What do you think about economics? Quick. What is economy? As far as your knowledge is concerned. Yes, my young officers? Production. Okay. Production, consumption, distribution. Right. This is all what we know in the textbooks. So now, having said that, this production, this consumption, this distribution, is that only economics? What about money? What about wealth? What about your welfare? Roads, railways, what are they? For the welfare of the people. The government is providing. Is that not a part of economics and economy? Yes. What about the other perspectives? So many things are connected to economics. So now, before starting to your subject or your syllabus, I want to tell that economics is not just about production, consumption, distribution. Economics is called as the queen of social sciences. Queen of social sciences. Social science is the discipline which consists of different subjects like your polity, history, geography, psychology, etc., etc., etc. Why it is a queen of social sciences? Because, one second, come here. If I want to erase, okay? If I want to give all, clear all means sab kuch will go. What is this? Oh, I have to keep on erasing. Yes. Hold on. Oh, that's it. Okay, good. Thank you so much. What's your name? Ram, thank you. So sweet. Ram is training me. Hands-on training is given to me by Ram. Cut it up when you're uploading. Don't do all this. Ram is very smart. Madam, I'll cut it. So now, having said that, now economics is why it is called as a queen of social sciences, because it has an upper hand on every subject. When you study about environmental degradation, what is the impact of this pollution or environmental degradation on the economy? People fall sick. When they fall sick, can they go for work? Can they go for school or college? Can they contribute to the productive process of the economy? No. That is environmental economics. Now, when you study about, let's say for example, certain political perspective, there is something called as political economy. When you study about behavioral perspective, we all know poverty and unemployment. They are the biggest social evils for our country, India, even today, right? Though India is number 5 in the entire global economy with regard to GDP, gross domestic product. I'll tell you all what this is, don't worry. So now, though that is the case also, we still lack in developmental perspective because the HDI, Human Development Index, is very, very less for us, right? So keeping that in mind, what can be done to help our country to come out of such social evils? So now that deals with behavioral economics. Is it clear? When you want to, let's say, manage something properly, when you want to talk about the administrative perspective, there comes your macro management perspective. That is managerial economics. How many commerce graduates? Anybody? So now you have your business economics. When you talk about your stocks, when you talk about your stock market, trading, that, this, etc. Right? When you talk about import-export, what is that? International economics. When you talk about development of the state of Telangana compared to your neighboring state, Andhra, that is developmental economics. So now, in every areas, the subject called as economics has its authority, right? That is why it is called as queen of social sciences. So economics is what? Queen of social sciences. Point number 1. Now, before telling you the definition of economics, I want to tell you how economics evolved over the years. Why? Because then you will understand it is not only production, consumption, distribution. It is more to it. Yes? So after writing economics is the queen of social sciences, right? There is no universal definition. There is no universal definition to economics. So now, can you all see this? Yellow color? Should I change it to some other color? Now? No, it's not coming. Back side, back, front, oh my god. Can you all see now? Yeah. That is a tata. What do you say? Nana, tata. Old fellow. No, he's very important. Don't call him like that. So now, when you talk about economics or to understand the real meaning of economics, you should know the evolution. That is the evolution. How this particular discipline, what is discipline? Here, discipline means subject, evolved over the years. So now, the next heading is evolution of economics. Evolution of economics, heading. No, you don't write anything from PPT. I normally don't read PPT, nor do I give anything from PPT. It is all from this PPT of my brain. You will understand that as when the class is progressing. Yes, you wrote, my children? Wow, great. So now, having said that, how did economics evolve over the years? It's very interesting. There was a person called as Adam Smith. Who is it? Adam Smith, this particular person, a great gentleman. Now, in the year 1776, which year? 1776, he wrote a book called as An Enquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations. I repeat, an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations. The key word here is wealth. So now through this book, this particular person wanted to introduce something called as economics. So that is how the evolution of this particular subject or discipline called as economics came up. So now because he is the one who took an initiative, he is called as the father, the bark of economics. He is considered to be the father of economics. Who is the father? Adam Smith. So now since this particular gentleman, keeping in mind that particular time, 1776 period, keeping in mind that particular period, he gave more importance to wealth. More importance to wealth. So now according to Adam Smith, economics means wealth. Economics is wealth of nations. Even his book I told you, an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation. That itself tells that economy as a whole or economics as a whole is about wealth of nations. Is it clear? So now that is why Adam Smith's definition of economics, the very first definition is called as wealth definition. So now the first definition is Adam Smith, that is wealth definition. According to him, economics is the wealth of nations. But you tell me, how can you say keeping only wealth with us, an economy can develop? Not everybody will have wealth. Some will have too much of wealth, some too little. And the people who have wealth, it could be because of their family background, right? So that doesn't give a clear-cut understanding of what economics is all about. So now after some years, another person called as Alfred Marshall. Who is it? Alfred Marshall. He is also an economist. He came after so many years. He criticized Adam Smith and said that, see, you cannot say economics is wealth of nations. Why are you not focusing on the factor called welfare? What is welfare? Well-being of society. What is your welfare? When you get food properly, when you have having an access to travel in the road properly, when you want to go somewhere, you have a proper facility for transportation, you have electricity, you have every other perspectives, right? All these are adding to what? Your welfare perspective. For a country, along with development, what is required? Welfare is required. Having said that, Alfred Marshall is another economist who propagated the second definition of economics called as welfare definition, which means that economics is not only about wealth, it is about welfare, which is very, very important to be considered. And now, having said this, after some years, another man came called as Lionel Robbins. Who is he? You remember Lionel Robbins. Take care. Now, this particular man said that, okay, some people are saying wealth, some are saying welfare. He criticized the above two theories and he said that, taking into consideration that particular time's economic scenario of the entire world, okay, it is not wealth, it is not welfare alone. We have to add something to wealth and welfare, which means that he is the person who came up with the idea of scarcity. What is it? Scarcity. Scarcity means limitation. What is scarcity? Limitation. This is the word you will use across in the subject. Take care. In your answer papers also, you should not write limitation of resources. You should write scarce or scarcity of resources. If you do not know the meaning, you can please feel free to take down your lecture notes of what these meanings are. Take care. There is nothing harm in it. Is it clear? So now scarce or scarcity means limitation. So now Lionel Robbins' definition is called as scarcity or limitation definition of what? Of resources. That is, in our country India, for example, we have a huge population. In fact, the population is not increasing. Rather it is growing at an alarming rate. What is alarming? Uncontrollable. Increasing is okay. More increasing is okay. Rapid increasing also okay. When it is uncontrollable, we can't say increasing or rapid increasing. We say what? The keyword is uncontrollable. But we use the UPSC keyword as alarming. A-L-A-R-M-I-N-G. Okay. So now Indian population is increasing at an alarming rate. We were number 2 in the entire world economy with regard to population, where China was number 1. But today we have even overcrossed. Overcrossed is called as surpassed. What is it? Surpassed China also. We were supposed to become number 1 by the year 2050. In 2023 itself, many websites, many data shows us that it is number 1. Though not officially established, it is a reality, right? So where are we going? Producing. Wow, amazing. You see, there is nothing wrong in production of children or whatever. But then, if you are not able to feed the growing population, then it becomes a problem altogether. That is the problem our country India is facing. Population is growing at an alarming rate, but to provide resources or food for the growing population, here resources means not only food, also other important parameters also with greater equality. Okay? When we are not able to do that, is there a real development and growth? No. Right? Let's say for example, you have only 10 kg of rice. Okay? 10 kg of rice. And you have, let's say, 50 people. 3 times for 10 days. For these 50 people, is that 10 kg of rice sufficient? Which means that the resource is limited. So now, having said that, in this Lionel Robin definition, he said that there should be a strategy or a way in how to utilize. How to utilize means usage. Okay, utilize the scarce or limited resources for the optimum. Optimum means maximum. In economics, we don't say maximum, we say optimum. Is it clear? So, how the scarce or limited resources can be utilized for the optimum or maximum level. That is what is called as scarcity definition according to Lionel Robbins. Is it clear? Now, after that, another person came called as Paul Samuelson. He said that economics is a combination of all these things. It is all about production, consumption, distribution, and how through that any country will be able to attain growth and development. Please understand, growth and development, they may look similar, but they are 2 different concepts altogether with different meaning. Your entire syllabus is divided based on growth and development, which I will teach you, no worries. Is it clear? If GDP is growth, HDI is development. You will study that. Okay. So now this is the evolution of economics from scratch to the advanced level. And this Paul Samuelson is called as the father of modern economics. Is it clear? And he gave growth definition. So quickly write evolution of economics. Number 1 is what? Adam Smith - wealth definition. Second, what is the definition? Economics is a study of wealth of nations. You can write that hyphen. According to him, economics is the study of wealth of nations. Second one is what? Alfred Marsh - welfare definition. Yes? You wrote? Alfred Marshall - welfare definition. Bracket what? Well-being of the society. Apart from wealth, welfare or well-being is important for the growth of any country. You can just write welfare bracket well-being. Now, the third is what? Lionel Robbins - Lionell. Lionel Robin - Robbins. If you do not know the spelling also, please feel free to ask me. Don't feel shy, don't feel embarrassed. We are not Padma Bhushans in literature. You understand? Is it clear? There is nothing wrong in asking the spelling also. I am a teacher like that. I don't mind my students asking me even that. Is it clear? Because I am here to make things more easy for you, more simplified for you. Is it clear? So feel free in my classes. Yes? Lionel Robbins - scarcity definition. Scarcity. Scarcity, SCARCITY. Scarcity definition. Underline scarcity and write bracket limited for you to know. Okay? You just write that definition alone. According to this definition, According to this definition, comma, it tells, hyphen, how to use or utilize, scarce or limited resources. I repeat, according to this definition, comma, it tells how to use or utilize scarce, bracket what? Limited resources. In the optimum, bracket maximum, ठीक है, for you to know, but you should use the word only optimum, ठीक है. How to use the scarce or limited resources. What did you write? Resources in the optimum or maximum level, comma, which will benefit the entire country as a whole, I'm looking for something. Achha, I thought it is air conditioned, so I was wondering, there was no fan here. What's the fan here? Can you just, okay, I think I can come. No. They have tied me to this. What will I do? I can't come that side. Just put this and put this. But will that be a disturbance for the camera? Just check the camera. Is it okay? Turn that. Just turn that. Ah, yes, that's it. Turn. It's not disturbing, right? But sometimes that noise can be a disturbance, you know. Now it is summer, winter you will not know. If it is summer, noise. Acha. Then it is okay. So yes, you wrote it, and the last one is what? The fourth one is Evolution of Economics, Paul Samuelson, growth definition. Yes, Amit, wrote? According to this definition, it deals with what? It deals with production, consumption and distribution. According to this definition, economics deals with production, consumption and distribution. For the growth and development of any nation. Who is the father of economics? Adam Smith. So in the first point, you wrote Adam Smith hyphen wealth definition. Put arrow mark and write, he is known as the father of economics. Under Paul Samuelson, underline and write, father of modern economics. Adam Smith, underline and write, father of economics. Paul Samuelson, father of modern economics. Yes? Why I told you this is for you to have a clear-cut understanding of what this subject is all about. Is it clear? And now did you understand what is economics? Clearly? From wealth to the so-called production, consumption, whatever. Your money, your banking, your inflation, all these are terms related to how an economy functions. They are not economics. They are terminologies or concepts or terms related to the method of functioning of economy. Is it clear? That's it. Now, having said that, now comes the so-called branches of economics. Now, there are two important branches or subject matter of economics. One is micro, another is macro. What is micro? Don't look there, look at me. What is micro? Small. Forget about, I didn't ask economics. What is micro? Small. What is macro? Big. Micro is big. Let's say, for example, if I want to know the individual score of each of your students in the class, what is your score, what is Salma's score, what is Amit's score, what is Reni's score. Now that is micro level understanding. Now you have two batches here, okay, batch A, batch B. What is the score of batch A compared to batch B? which means all your total score, 50 students divided score, the total score divided by 50. So now that is called as macro. So now in economics also, micro, macro is the same thing. Microeconomics, macroeconomics. Microeconomic deals with micro things and macro with major things. To put it more simplified and the UPSC keyword manner, I can tell you that microeconomics deals with individual economic units. What is it? Individual economic units. For example, I want to know what is your demand, what is your supply, what is your notion with what is your employment perspective. You understood? So now when you talk about individual perspective, let's say when I want to know about the development of an individual industry or a factory, that is called as microeconomics. Whereas what is macroeconomics? Macroeconomics deals with the functioning of the entire or whole economy as a whole. Macroeconomics deals with what? The functioning of the whole or the entire economy as a whole. Is it clear? Poverty, unemployment, what are they? Is it individual centric? No. It is concerning the entire country as a whole, right? Now, when you want to talk about inflation, what is inflation? Price rise. Inflation is price rise. Today the price of tomato, let's say for example, yesterday the price of tomato was 20 rupees per kg. Today suddenly it is 100 rupees per kg. What is that called as? Price rise. But in economics we call price rise as inflation. And in economics again, the UPSC keyword is inflation or price rise. Inflation is the continuous or persistent. Continuous matlab kya hai? Persistent. Inflation is the continuous or persistent rise in general price level. Not only the price of goods, even the price of fuels. What is the price of petrol? It's very high. It's crossing 100 rupees due to so many reasons. Due to market fluctuation. What is market here? Market forces. Market means economy. But market forces in economics means demand and supply. Means demand and supply. For example, you have so much of demand for one particular commodity or product. But the supply of that is less because the producers are not producing it. Or you are importing. What is import? Something that you purchase from other countries. That is very, very less. And when you import something, you pay higher prices. That is, import and export are two important concepts in economics. Import is the kind of products that you purchase from other country. India purchasing, let's say, some commodities, or let's say purchasing petrol from Middle East, from Russia, or from any other country. So, when you buy from another country, you pay extra money. Okay, let's take the case of iPhone. Today, iPhone is manufactured here also. We have an outlet in Mumbai. Take care. But when it was introduced, it was not available here. Exclusivity of Apple company, which is from US. And everybody runs behind that. Brand, right? Pata nahi kya hai, wo hai, why you run behind brands. Anyways, so now when you import certain commodities like that, the real price of this iPhone could only be 30,000 rupees, for example. Now, when you import from US to India, you end up paying extra tax for purchasing from other country. You also pay customs duty. What is it? Customs duty, which is an indirect tax. Okay. Along with GST, you pay customs duty also. We'll learn all that. So now, what happens? Taking into consideration all these parameters, from 30,000, you end up paying 80,000 or 50,000. Definitely it is costlier. Am I right? Not everybody can purchase it. So import always causes a lot of expenditure from we the general public. General public means we the people. Is it clear? Whereas what is export? Something that you sell to other countries. Now, export is more important than import for our country India. Export is called as X, import is called as M. That is the terminology used. Export is called as what short form is? X. Import is M. Now for our country India, export is more important. Why? Because when you export more, when you sell more commodities to other countries, when India sells certain commodities to China or to Australia or to Japan or to US, they are purchasing from us. When they purchase, they give us money. Do they give you Indian rupee? No. They give us money in terms of dollars. So, we all know that dollar has a higher valuation. Today, as per the recent 2023 data, I can tell you that to get $1, we have to pay more than 80 rupees, approximately 83 I should tell you. You understand? So now it is very costly for us to get something from there, from US. But when we are receiving money, we are getting it in terms of dollars, which means India's forex. What is it? India's forex. Forex means foreign exchange reserve. What is it? Foreign exchange reserve. So the method of interlinkaging goes like this. When we export more, our country gets more of income in terms of forex or foreign exchange reserve, which adds up to the value of our country India. So which is better? Export. The second important thing is that if you want to export, you have to produce good quality items in your country India. So it is called as domestic market. What is domestic? Something within the country is called as domestic. Is it clear? So the domestic market, that is production within the country India, should increase. So many entrepreneurs, it is not entrepreneur, it is EN, but we pronounce as entrepreneur. So many entrepreneurs will start coming up. Employment opportunities will increase. Country's entrepreneurship culture will increase. Our country's production will increase. Automatically, we will have more resources. We will have more resources. So now, after satisfying our population only, right, we go for selling. So our need is also satisfied, plus we are able to produce good quality items to export. Automatically, our country India's forex or foreign exchange reserves increases. Is it clear? Now, having said that, the next important related current affairs, the method of interlinkaging from forex. What is the current affairs of forex? 4 or 5 days back, there was another current affairs. If you read newspaper, you will know. India ranks number 3 in the entire world economy with regard to forex, foreign exchange reserve. What is this, madam? What are you talking? Still we have people who are unemployed. Still we have issues of poverty. But what are you talking? It's a reality. See, it's not only because of exports, because of appreciation. What is appreciation? Increase. What is depreciation? Decrease of currency rates and so many other exchange rate perspective. You understand? So now, having said that, India today has a very good potential of generating foreign exchange reserve, and your agriculture sector is leading for that. Why? Because always agriculture sector faces a lot of trouble, right? But now the government has been continuously trying to promote it. So export of agriculture products called as agri-export, that is on the rise. For our country India, organic farming, organic products are doing too good. Your northeastern state, which state is that? Sikkim. The northeastern state of Sikkim today, as per recent data, 2023 stands number 1 with regard to organic farming. It is much higher than India's total average. With the entire world, this particular state ranks number 1. So look at the potential of our country India. You understand? So this is the way you should study your economics. Is it clear? Do you feel difficulty in interlinkaging? It's very easy. It's very easy. That is why I said this is the way to study economics. Now all these was told to you because I was discussing with you micro and macroeconomics. So all this export, import, what are they? They are macroeconomics. All this forex, what are they? Macroeconomics. Bigger thing now. This is for the entire country as a whole. You don't ask what is your forex or what is your forex. Rather, what is India's forex or foreign exchange reserve? It is for the entire country. You got the point? So, macroeconomics deals with the functioning of the entire country as a whole, whereas micro means individual economic units. Now, what is more important? Micro, macro, application. Quick. What is important? Micro or macro? Very good. Both are highly interdependent on each other. If you want to climb the 100th step or the stair, from step 1 you do. You cannot fly, na? You are not Superwoman and Wonder Woman, right? Or Superman or Wonder Man, right? So, from step 1 you climb. So, micro is very important to achieve what? The macroeconomic goals for a country. Is it clear? But microeconomics is limited or smaller in scope. What is scope? The applicability. Whereas macroeconomics is wider. Is it clear? That's it. This is the basic difference between micro and macroeconomics. And the next important application or the keyword of micro is, for example, theory of demand, theory of supply, or theory of interest. All these comes under microeconomics. Theory of unemployment, poverty, international trade, export, import, whatever. It comes under macro. Finished. That's it. You're done with that. Why to study pages for all this? Study to the point and what is required. Is it clear? Now, having said that, write fast. Subject, you can write branches of main branches of economics. Main branches of economics. Divide your book into two. You can write main branches of economics, underline, and write the subject matter of economics. First point, the subject matter of economics can be classified under two broad headings, can be classified. See, whatever I am saying and what you are writing, you asked about answer writing now. This is the way you should write your words in answer paper to fetch more marks. It is called as academic or scholarly way of writing and saving your time and the word limitation of whatever it is. You got the point? The subject matter, I could have said branches, right? But the subject matter looks more efficient. The subject matter of economics can be classified into two categories or into two classifications I would have said. I said two broad categories. Divide your book. Microeconomics, macroeconomics. Please draw a chart. One heading, it should be micro. You write micro first. You write first micro and second macro. In this particular chapter, what is important for you is only 4 important keywords. 4 important keywords. That's it. Which means you should study only the highlights of this chapter. And the 4 important keywords is, what are the factors of production? What are the factors of production? What are factors of production? Very good. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. They are called as the most important factors of production for any country, right? Now, what is the factor of production? I know it is land, labor, capital. LLCE it is. It's called as LLCE. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Now, factor of production means it is a resource. It is a resource. Resource means what? Raw material that is used in producing a final product. For example, I want to produce a silk saree. Okay, a cotton saree or a cotton shirt. What is my raw material? Pure cotton. Then I have to undergo the process of dyeing it, other process. Then only we get what? The so-called cotton saree or cotton shirt. So now for this final product, what is final product? A product that is completely done with all its production. It is called as finished goods. It is called as finished goods in economics. Now a product that is not packed, that is still in the process of production. Okay. It is called as semi-finished goods. What is it? Semi-finished goods. Or in economics it is called as intermediary goods. It is called as intermediary. Matlab, it is in the middle stage. Intermediary meaning is what? Middle. Intermediary, I don't want an intermediary between me and my students means no middleman. I can directly talk to them. You got the point? So, something that is in the middle of production, it is not yet completed. The sari is still in process. The coloring is done, but it has to be dyed, it has to be, dried, then pack in a cover, put the seal. Then only you can call it as a finished product or a final good. When you don't do that, it is what? Semi-finished or intermediary good. Now, having said that, in the so-called factors of production means the resource or the raw material that is used to produce what? A finished product. We don't say final product. We say finished product in economics. Is it clear? That is called as factors of production. The 4 important or the common factors of production is land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Now, these factors of production is not free of cost. Factors of production always get an income or a revenue. It is called as factor income. It is called as factor income. So now, this land will get a revenue called as what? Factor income in the form of rent. In the form of rent. For example, I want to produce something. Let's say for example, I want to produce or let's say cultivate rice, wheat or something. You want to start a business or a factory. Let's say a ketchup factory, tomato ketchup factory. Now, what is the first priority? To have a land. Land means land with a plain land for agriculture or let's say a building for a factory. So now, I do not have it on my own. So, what I should do? Either take it for rent or take it for lease. Will you give it free of cost to me? No. You pay me rent or you take it for lease. I will give you. So, land gets a factor income in the form of rent. Now, I am employing all of you to work in my land. Be it agriculture, be it industry. Will you work for free? Nothing is free today, right? Yes, it's true. Even free meals has a value after a certain time. So now, labor gets factor income in the form of wages or salaries. Now, the third one is capital. Capital means not state capital. In economics, capital means money. Capital means money. So, to pay the rent or to pay wages to my laborers or employees and to purchase raw materials and to start the production or the cultivation of crops, I need money. I will run to my family who can give me what? A little money as a kind of borrowing. Else we'll go to money lenders or to financial institutions such as bank. Will anybody give for free? No. We will give you 1 lakh, 2 lakh, even 10 lakh. You pay us interest. 1 lakh, pay me 5,000 or 10,000 interest. So, capital as a factor of production gets factor income or revenue in the form of interest. Is it clear? Here capital means what it is? Money. And finally, with this land, labor, capital, when I want to run the business or to do the cultivation, I am called as entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who does the business or who takes the initiative, right? So, he or she will end up earning profit or loss. But let's keep it profit for a positive side. Okay? So, entrepreneur earns revenue in the context of profit. That's it. You're done with your chapter 1 of class 9 economy and CRT. Yes? You're done. This is the way to study. Is it clear? And why you study this? To know the importance of 3 important sectors in economy. That is very important. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Be it primary, be it secondary, be it tertiary. That is agri-industry service sector. This is mandatory. This factors of production or raw material is mandatory. You have labors, you need money and you have to manage it properly. That is the second chapter in your class 10 economy and CRT. Sectors of economy. Is it clear? Very clear? That is the reason you study this. So now, right. You can just write as class 9 hyphen economy and CRT chapter 1. Class 9 economy and CRT chapter 1. Hyphen study only the highlights. Hyphen study only the highlights. With the proper conceptual clarity. With the proper conceptual clarity. Yes? With the proper conceptual. It's called as conceptual clarity. Now, what is the heading of the chapter, children? Story of village Palampur, right? The story of village Palampur. Yes? What are the highlights? Hyphen. Important points to note from this chapter. Important points to note from this chapter. Underline, put an arrow mark and write down. You should write like this. Important points, note this chapter, underline, put an arrow mark down and write. Factors of production. Factors of production. Now draw chart like this. Can you all see? Draw a chart. Achha, this has to be kept that side. Huh? Oh, it's fixed. Okay. Now I learned how to do it. Nice. Right. Factors of production. Draw a chart like this. There are 4 important factors of production. There are 4 important. No. You write there only. You wrote factors of production. Na? You leave one line and then you draw this chart and write there are 4 important factors of production. Land. Oh my God. People are getting heart attack. Huh? News. One young actress. Oh, at age of 24, she's so young, right? Right. Land. Then the second one is what? Like leave a space and write labor. Third is capital. Fourth is entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship you write. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Write like that. Yes? Now, in the so-called land, put a box and write. Put an arrow mark down. See, land is, you have written land now. Put an arrow mark down and write receives factor income. Receives factor income. Hyphen, rent. Hyphen, rent. Land, underline land, put arrow mark down and write receives factor income. Underline factor income as hyphen, rent. Underline that. That is land receives income called as factor income, which is a factor of production. What? Rent. Same thing for labor. What is labor? Receives factor income as wages or salaries. Because for agriculture or industry wages, but for tertiary it is salary, right? White collar jobs. Yes, Amit, you wrote? Labor receives factor income as wages. What about capital? Interest. Entrepreneur, you keep it profit. Profit or loss, but we'll keep it profit. Yes? Fast. No, you'll be used to me, don't worry. First day, na? That is why you're finding trouble in writing. You'll be used to it. Yes? What's your name? You? With the black. Good. You? Sandeep. Manadeep. Nice. No, I learned students' name like that in between. In between I'll ask. Niranjan, now you are? I'll remember. Reni, I will not forget. My husband's name is Reni, that is why. It's Renal Rajdevan. In home we call him Reni. No, my wedding is on 21st of April. My engagement got over. I'll call you all, don't worry. Huh? Enada? Kya beta? I am not that young. Oh, 22 only. Just 22. Huh? Just 22. Yes. You are jealous. He is jealous of me. You are what? I was kidding. Back to class. You wrote? Now, having said this, listen here. Now, from this you should understand what are the sectors of economy. Next heading, sectors of economy. Divide your book into 3. 3 columns you should divide, okay? I read this. Oh, this have to keep rubbing like this, sir. Huh? Pata nahi kya hai wo hai. Write fast, my young officers. You divide a book into 3 sectors of economy. There are 3 important sectors of economy. 1, primary sector. 2 is what? Secondary sector. 3rd is tertiary. T-R-T-I-A-R-Y. Tertiary. Okay? Did you write about final goods and intermediary goods? Final is, just write somewhere. Final means finished. Intermediary means semi-finished. Those keywords are important. And domestic means what? Domestic good means within the country. It is not one state, for the entire country. ठीक है? Domestic and national both are same. Within. International means other. These keywords are important. Yes, my young officers? Good. So now, under primary sector, we all know that there are 3 important sectors of economy. You will study this in class 10 chapter 2 of economy NCERT, but then applying the 3C approach, concept plus connecting it with the comprehensive part of the syllabus and printing current affairs, we should understand what is primary sector. Then why you study? Because you have exclusively agri, industry, service sector chapter holistically. And what is its connection with GDP? Country's GDP. And what is the current affairs of this? There are so many current affairs from agriculture sector. For example, various schemes introduced by the government in order to help the entire rural sector or the farmers as a whole. And then what is the contribution of this primary sector to the country's growth or output? Country's growth or output is called as gross domestic product technically. Is it clear? That is the current affairs. Let's quickly do it from the scratch. So now, primary sector is the very first sector of the economy. It consists of what? Those activities such as agriculture and related activity. Related means allied activity. As I told you before, we use the keyword only allied. And these allied activity means apart from farming, it also consists of fishing, forestry, mining, then quarrying. What is quarrying? The big rocks when you break them, na? That's called as quarrying. Is it clear? All these comes under primary sector. Chalo, tell me what is energy? Is energy a primary or a secondary sector? Primary sector means agri sector and the allied activities. No doubt in that. What about energy? Is energy coming under the primary or secondary? Normally, we think that energy comes under secondary sector. In many textbooks also, it is given like that. It is wrong. Don't blindly believe the textbooks and the websites. Why? Because the websites also has content by normal people like you only. They are also content writers. You understand? They are not doing exclusive research. The authenticated websites are there for that. Is it clear? And there can be typing errors in textbooks also. Yes? So don't blindly believe that. You should do your research in certain perspectives from authenticated government websites for exclusive perspective. Is it clear?